And now we have our last little cutscene in this chain, and we also have our last major character that we're going to see until the halfway point in the game.
Okay.
And he's another character who has a voice I like, and I really enjoy this character.
All right. Guess I'll pay
He's not as
attention.
over the top as Jimmy Can,
Yeah.
but like you have to really try hard to beat that.
Yeah. Those are some pretty fancy pants. Oh. Wow. He looks like a druggie. Look at those eyes.
When you see eyes like that, it's like, okay, you're either an evil scientist or you're a drug addict. Maybe both.
Yeah.
Come on, do your thing. Do your weird voice thing.
Uh-oh. Kemi.
Suedo. Come on, do your thing. Do it. No, he only does it when he gets excited.
Okay.
When's he gonna get excited?
I guess he's not excited just yet.
Not yet, not yet. He's going to be.
We'll have to show him our Digimon.
Actually, that character, that would get this guy excited. But no, he is plot dump central for the Eaters and all that other shit.
Okay. Because he's been researching them.
Yep.
Alright.
So, Arata there, Sad Sack McGee, is actually doing his cool guy routine really effectively with Suedo here. Though I don't think Suedo gives a shit.
Yeah.
Like, Arata's pulling it off. He is pulling it off, like, masterfully. It looks like he knows exactly what he's talking about and is the coolest guy ever. And Suedo's just like, oh, you know, neat! No, Suedo's cool. I really like this character.
Okay.
I think for his archetype, this is the thing about this game. It's playing like 90% with archetypes.
Yeah.
But all the archetypes are used very effectively.
Okay.
Not gonna say many of them are really memorable. Like, it has been a couple months since I did my normal playthrough of this, and I forget 90% of what Nokia does. But like, Suedo here, man, he nails it. I fucking love Suedo.
Alright. Yeah, archetypes aren't bad in and of themselves. There's a reason that they exist. You just have to use them properly.
Now, one of the props I will give to this game is for those reading along with it right now. He's pulling the whole, like, I'm a scientist and I'm going to speak in jargon thing, but he's not going overboard with it.
Yeah.
Like, the start of his little thing here is like, let's begin with the discussion of the space we're in. It's like, that sounds like a teacher. Fuck, I just talked over it.
Oh.
Whenever he gets excited, he does this, ooh, with his
Okay.
voice. So when Arata there gave his answer, he's like, oh, straight out of the textbook.
Okay, I gotcha.
He shows up a fuck ton more, so we'll catch it later.
I'm sure we can.
But yeah, he's basically explaining there are these things called digital waves, and when they happen, anything caught in the wave is now digital data, including human memories, which is why these weird fucking flashbacks keep happening.
Okay.
Though he's kind of a dick. Like, only a jackass will compare themselves to Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
And only a huge jackass will tell people that by some people compare me to.
Right.
I'm not bragging about myself, but there are plenty of people who will brag for me.
Yeah.
They're not here right now.
You'll have to take my word. Yeah.
Though I do love how he says some of my coworkers will refer to this as heresy. Heresy!
To be fair, in the scientific community, some things are regarded as heresy.
This is true. This is true.
There's a lot
I'm sure
of stuff
somebody
at
coming
stake.
in being like, hey, so there are these waves that can turn physical mana into digital energy. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
That violates like every law of physics ever.
Yeah, get that out of our face.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is where we hear about eaters.
Yeah.
Gee, a coin for the entities that devour away and eat at things. Surprising name. Yeah, I heard.
This is what I love about this guy. He's just so excited about everything. Like, he never panics, never gets scared. It's just like, there are these things that just eat everything, and they're breaking into our world and fucking it up. That's so neat and interesting. Aren't you guys excited about this? Everyone was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's ironic you said
horrifying.
that, since before they named him, he was named Panicked Man.
Yeah.
How truly frightful indeed. What? Eaten by an eater?
Anything eaten by an eater becomes glitched, but there has to be a way to recover the data. Ooh.
かつて形而上的な意味ではなく、ことデジタルにおいては事象としてあってはならない。
You know who he sounds like? Oh my god, he sounds like the Battle Tendency narrator.
Oh god, he does.
Like, I just expect this guy to start talking about cars and volcanoes now.
Yeah. God, we need that guy back.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah, I'm sad to say I don't think we're gonna get another narrator in the rest of JoJo.
Yeah. Well, we sort of have in season 4, but only very rarely when they're describing the monuments, like the landmarks that happen to show up after certain events happen.
I need to catch up with the anime on that. I've only read the manga.
Yeah.
Like
Angelo Rock.
Oh, Angelo, you got everything that was coming to you.
Yes.
Like, he's one of the villains that gets it pretty raw, but, like, he kind of deserved it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel no sympathy.
There is one villain who is, like, a complete scumbag, but the ending he gets is just like, ooh, that might have been going a bit too far. That is rough.
Nice.
Like, Cars gets it bad, but at least Cars is like, okay, I figured out a way that I don't have to worry about this anymore. No, the villain of part 5 just is like, no, you're fucked now, and you're gonna keep getting fucked, and there's no way to unfuck you. You don't even get the pleasure of, like, an end to this fucking. Your fucking is eternal.
Nice.
Like, I've somehow found a way to fashion the Mugen symbol into a dildo, and it is currently going right up your ass. There is no end to this.
Damn. It's pretty brutal.
Oh yeah, no, he, like, he does some shit. He does some horrible shit. But, like, Jesus. Anyway.
Yeah, I think I just missed a whole bunch of what this guy's talking about. What's the head that we're cutting off?
So, the ghost that we see always shows up when eaters are around. Eaters tend to ride digital waves, so when you encounter one of these phenomenon, that means there's an eater somewhere.
Okay.
And if you kill it, it should push the digital wave out of reality.
Oh.
So basically what's going to happen for the rest of the game is these weird, like, digital dungeons will show up in the real world, full of Digimon, and somewhere inside of it there's an eater. Kill the eater and the dungeon goes away.
Okay. I got
So now our main characters play, like, superhero savior squad.
Right.
It's like, we need to protect the real world. So now we have our first inkling of an actual plot with stakes and threats. And also, the thing that put main character into a coma is one of the eater things.
Right.
So, Suedo here is studying them, so what everyone's kind of hoping is, alright, we curb stomp these fucking Japan tentacle monsters enough, and look how fucking happy Suedo is. I can't be mad at a face like that.
Nope.
We drag this freakazoid around with us. We go curb stomp a bunch of freaky tentacle Nautilus things, and that'll probably fix my problem. Also, you know, save the world along the way, but whatever. First off, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Right. They let slip some information.
Ooh, vaguely ominous.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing I dislike about these dungeons is there's like 4 or 5 of these dungeons, and like everything else in the game, you revisit them a fuck ton.
Oh.
And they all have the same music, which is like a 3 or 4 second clip that repeats itself.
Oh, damn.
Where it's this like semi-ominous techno with the words that, and I know it has to be in Japanese that I'm just mishearing, but it sounds a lot like "put it in jail."
Okay. I guess I'll listen to that later when the episode's up.
Well,
or
a
right soundtrack, yeah.
There it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm sure that has to be some kind of Japanese. I'm just mishearing the lyrics.
Probably, yeah.
It's like, bah, 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 nah, bah, put it in jail. Bah, 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 nah. There's like 3 or 4 seconds more of it, but it just loops itself. And the amount of time you spend in these fucking dungeons.
Yeah. It's so cute. Maybe they're singing about Jigglypuff, which is named Purin in Japan.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Who knows?
Purin jail.
Oh, maybe they want the pudding pops. Oh, they would put them in jail.
Yeah.
Ooh, topical jokes. Ooh.
Oh.
Anyway, I will say this: I've said this before. I'll say it again. This game has a pretty decent economy of space, where they'll give you a little bit of a dungeon. You explore maybe like a quarter of it, and then you come back to it later to explore the whole thing. Because if you watch closely, oh right, I forgot to cut this out. All right, we're gonna stop talking for a second. I'll cut it out in post. Yeah, what I'm doing right now is I didn't have anything equipped on these characters, and I realized that was kind of fucking with me, so I'm equipping shit.
Okay. While we were recording, Stank started texting me. I know.
Goddamn Stank.
I had to tell him we're recording, and he's like, well, I should call you then. It'll be an interesting diversion. And I'm like, lol, no.
No, it would be fine if we were doing live comm, but post comm, it's like, God, that would be such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it would.
It's like, all right, we need to cut this, and we need to blah that, we need to reconnect the call, and we need to resync, and...
Yep. Pain in the ass.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but earlier when we were running through that dungeon that we'd already seen a million times before, I double speeded it.
Yeah, I did notice. I actually thought I was accidentally running it at a higher speed, because I do that a lot of the time with videos. And I was a little worried, but then I realized, oh, it's at normal. No, this was intentional.
No, what I'm going to be doing for dungeons we've already traversed, because like I said, this has you traverse dungeons a bunch.
Right.
Is I'm just going to double speed it, because it's like,
yeah,
they never upgrade the monsters that are in the dungeon.
Yeah.
So like, I was fighting a bunch of babies with some really boring shit, so it's just like, fuck it.
Yeah, that's pretty lame.
I meant to cut this out entirely, because it's stupid item management bullshit.
Yep.
I will say this, one of the things that if you're willing to grind breaks the game is one of the items you can give them basically gives you double EXP, and that applies for the entire team as long as they're active at the end of battle. And Digimon have up to 4 slots, and one of the Digimon that has 4 slots has that as its natural ability.
Oh.
And you can have a full team of 3. So what a lot of people do to make running up and down the chain super fast is they'll get 3 of those, they'll load them up with the researcher USBs.
Yeah.
And like one battle will end up gaining like 50 levels for the entire team.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so there's a couple of Digimon, like Lucimon Satan mode, which is a thing. Like, you need to get him to level 99 in each of his forms to have the stats needed to Digivolve.
Oh.
So, like, okay, he'll jump straight from Rookie to Ultimate, but that's if you've given him all the stat-boosting items for those specific stats he needs and gets him up to level 99. Then the barrier between Ultimate and Mega, you need to do that again, but you also need to respec his fucking stats. It's ridiculous. All right, and we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So you said these dungeons, they appear once and then they disappear?
Yeah, so how this game does dungeons is, since most of them are kind of like very specifically points in time, what they'll do is they'll give you a little bit of the dungeon, and then when you beat it, it'll disappear. And then later on in the game, you'll come back to them and explore the full dungeon.
Okay.
And then once you've beaten the mission that involves the full dungeon, it unlocks what they call memory mode, and you can just go into any dungeon you've fully beaten.
Okay, that's actually what I was going to ask, because I know there are treasures, and I was wondering if you could miss them, and apparently you can't, so that's good.
Yeah, there's not a single location in this game that it locks off forever.
Okay.
Even if it's a plot-significant dungeon like this place, where it's like, okay, this is a subway station that we're gonna try and save.
Right.
They will give you a chance to come back to what they call a memory backup, which for all intents and purposes is the dungeon, and your, the area, I forget what it's officially called, but it's where, like, your party management stuff is, and where your healing is, and where the cold, like, the cool, cold, calculated character with hit list lives.
Yeah, the hub, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, your digital hub. Because you have your physical world hub of Nakano Broadway.
Right.
But your digital hub, once you've, like, completely beaten a dungeon story-wise, you unlock the ability to revisit that dungeon. And there's a couple of dungeons that just kind of appear that you never actually visit. So you can see, and it tells you what Digimon are in that dungeon. So if you're looking to get a specific one on your team, that's where you go.
Okay. That's very
So it's super
handy.
convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good way to, like, fill out your team roster and, you know, get things you may have missed. Yeah. So the other thing is, plot important items they don't put in treasure chests.
Okay, yeah.
They'll either have a character straight up give you that item, or in dungeons you'll see those big glowing balls that I just touched.
Right.
And you'll have a slightly tougher than normal fight, and then when you win that fight, you'll get the thing.
Okay. And I'm guessing
those
that
are
those
kind
don't carry over through New Game Plus.
No, those are progression things.
All right.
And those will change depending on what dungeon you're in, because sometimes they work as a treasure chest where they'll give you a key item that you need to advance, like what just happened there where it gave me an ID card so I can get further into the subway station.
Yeah.
Other times it'll work like a switch where it will change something in the environment.
Okay.
Like, I think when you revisit this subway station or a different subway station, one of those will move one of these, like, glowing ghost trains that's blocking a path.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, now that I think about it, I think the boss fight we're about to encounter is right next to it. I mean, what? There's a boss coming up? Yeah.
Could it be an eater?
Yeah, the Digilab, that's what it's called.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that red over there in the back, that's the, like, online PvP stuff. On the opposite end, there's a blue, and that's the bonus dungeons.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, see that train there? That's the kind of train that would vanish, and you'd be given, like, an extra path to go deeper in. And you can very clearly see that you can actually go up that staircase if you had control of the characters.
Yeah. So you know that something's going to come along later. Okay.
Yeah. So there's the ghost.
Yep.
And what we just learned about the ghost is where there's the ghost, there's the eaters.
And that he talks in a weird language that nobody can speak. At least not yet.
Oh, that's the Digimon script. That's something that they've had in every Digimon ever, where it's like that's the written language of the Digimon.
Oh. Is it decipherable?
I think it's just a simple cipher.
Okay.
But it's a cipher in Japanese, so fuck us.
Right. But it is something that you could probably look up then. Okay.
There was a moment in the TV show that was pretty clever where one of the characters ended up in this giant battery full of this writing. He's like, the fuck is all this? And then his partner starts deciphering. He's like, I'm a hacker, so I understand how computer code works. So what happens when I start changing some of these? And he starts fucking with the world. Like, he's hacking the world he's in by altering the script, and his partner is working as translator, like, change this to this, and, like, move that line there. Like, well, what if I want to do this? Oh, then you, like, add a little swirly thing there. Like, that's the big plot of that episode where it's like, I'm gonna fuck with everything.
Yeah.
And like save my friends in these horrible situations.
Yeah. Damn. That's pretty freaking strong.
So, these eaters here, the basic eaters, always do the same setup where they open with a basic attack, they'll do a charge move, and then they'll do their special move, which is a draining attack. And then they'll sit there for a turn and just repeat this cycle. They are very predictable enemies.
Okay.
The thing of it is, their defense is ludicrously high.
Right. Do you not have anybody who can ignore defense yet?
I do, but I've forgotten at this point.
Oh, okay. So this is just going to take a while then.
It's going to take a second up until I bring that one out.
Okay.
Like, see, I'm doing 25 damage with a team up.
Yeah.
Now, one of the other things you notice is Sad Sack's Digimon is on the team, which is the Karamon there at the end.
Yeah.
For a lot of battles, especially plot important battles, you will see guest characters.
Okay.
And the good thing about guest characters is they are functionally invincible.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Like, they can get hammered with the most ludicrous amount of damage, and they won't die.
All right.
So, in a lot of really tougher fights, especially ones that get really clutch, what it basically boils down to is there's many a moment where it's just like, it's a single target. Don't target my last man standing. Hit the guest character. Come on. Fingers crossed. Hit the invincible guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's the super move.
Which is something the previous one used, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was what ended the fight.
Okay.
Now, the absolutely absurd thing about that last fight, the first time we fight one of these, is it's a supposed to lose battle.
Yeah.
And this is my biggest issue with this game, is there are a number of supposed to lose battles, but there's also battles that are just straight up tough if you're playing in hard mode. And there's no real way to tell them apart.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that in a lot of RPGs.
Yeah. And then on top of that, there are some battles that are just survive. And it doesn't telegraph which is which.
You just
so
have to do it.
sometimes you get into a situation where it's like, okay, it is very painfully clear from everything going on this fight, I can't win.
Yeah.
Is this a supposed to lose fight, or is this an endurance match? Because I don't know if I should be like draining my resources and my items to just keep my party alive.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I've done that. Just like, okay, they're really tough.
171 damage.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
But like, they're really tough, but I'm doing damage, and I'm keeping my characters alive, so I'm just gonna see about using all my resources, and I bet this will give me a lot of experience or something if I win. And then I can't win, and then I lose, because that just happens, and then it turns out, oh yeah, you were supposed to lose. It's like, you know what, fuck you.
Yeah. There's that.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of it, for a lot of them, it's like, okay, this is something you notice a lot if you play a lot of JRPGs,
Mm-hmm.
but some of the tougher fights, if you kind of start off on the back foot, it's really hard to pull yourself back and recover from it.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, think about, for a lot of JRPG players, think about how many times you've been in a fight where you have a really bad start, and you just get caught in the cycle of keeping everyone alive, and you're not doing damage.
Yes. Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've sit there in a battle and waste like an hour, half hour to an hour just struggling in the situation I'm in, only to come back, try it again, get a better start, and just stomp them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that happens to me a lot in the Wild Arms games, especially.
Yeah.
Like, especially the early ones, Wild Arms 1 and 2. Just...
I think a lot of JRPGs I'm going to say 2008, seem to be designed with the idea that you're going to have a strategy guide right there next to you.
Yeah, either that or you're gonna have to fight the boss twice.
Yeah. Because so many of them have gimmicks where it's like, if you bring this, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about how many, like, especially in Final Fantasy, undead enemies where it's like, yeah, you toss a phoenix down on, you win.
Yeah. Or like bosses that automatically counter certain types of moves, and you have no way of knowing that except to do it.
Oh man, we don't have time for it now, but there's a boss in Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne that wrecked my friend because of a gimmick like that.
Oh boy.
Actually, no, we have time. We have just enough time. So, up until that point in the game, his strategy was dump all of the stat boosts on the main character, and then use his strongest physical to smash the enemy.
Right.
So he's fighting this boss, and he's doing that strategy, and he goes to hit reflect physical.
Oh,
he
God.
one-shots himself.
Oh, God.
And this is the kind of game where if the main character dies, it's an immediate game over.
Yeah.
It's like, well, time to change strategy for this guy.
Yep. Yeah, this is a boss I know the gimmick of now.
I have learned. Now, where did I last save?
Oh shit, it's like 30 minutes in the past.
And while we were talking, we also got introduced to the cop lady who saw us at the very beginning of the game, Date.
Yep.
Who's a recurring character.
Dot dot dot. What is that face?
Wait, the cop is smiling at me. This isn't good.
Oh, silly anime.
Yep.
なるほど。それは災難だったな。と同時に、これ以上ない幸運でもある。
So, now, in the last moments we have, a quick recap of the plot that's happening. So, I Can't Believe It's Not Second Life, we have the Zaxxon hackers, who have a division between Ghostface and Jimmy Ken! With the Jimmy Ken faction being a bunch of raging assholes.
Right.
Meanwhile, with the company that runs that place, they've set up a super special hospital for people that keep falling into a coma while playing their games. And they apparently know way more than they're letting on, and we met that guy that the second you brought up this thing, he apparently had a PTSD breakdown. And it's just like, you guys need to fucking leave right fucking now. I'm not saying a goddamn thing to any of you.
Yeah.
And just like a 180 from his attitude. Then we have Suedo and these digital waves cropping up, and the digital world starting to bleed into the physical world. And the cops not knowing a goddamn clue on how to deal with it, because you need Digimon, which they don't have, because they're fucking cops.
Right.
And in the center of all this, we have our main character and Boobs McGee.
Who's Boobs McGee?
I'll let you take a wild guess on that one.
The one who shops at Target.
Yeah, the target is right where his tits would be if he had amazing tits. Like the lady with no shirt on.
Yeah, exactly. If
only they had a different character model for her and Grasshead.
Oh.
If they had different character models for them, there's something that explains perfectly why they both dress and act like complete lunatics. But they show both of them pre that moment, and they both have the same character models. So it doesn't help.
That's a shame.
And she is one of 2 characters in this game with boob windows. The other one's boob window is more exposing, but she at least wears a bra under it.
Right.
I don't know what it is with modern Digimon and boob windows.
I guess it's just the style.
I guess. I hate boob windows so goddamn much. It's like the dumbest wardrobe decision. And the worst part is people who fucking defend the decision for boob windows. It's like, it wouldn't be as bad if people were just like, no, we just like showing tits.
Yeah.
And this is how we show tits.
Yeah,
it's
I thought that was the reasoning.
At least you accept it. Oh my god. People who try to rationalize Power Girl's boob window.
Uh-oh.
You know the character I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, there are people who try to come up with logical excuses for why she has a boob window in her outfit.
Okay. Like what?
And they're like, no, it's not just because we want to show tits. It's and it's always they're pulling something out of their ass.
Oh God.
None of it makes sense.
I guess I'll have to look up some of that later, since I'm sure.
The closest one to one that makes sense is she has daddy issues and she wants to show off her body.
See, that makes sense because it's her showing off her body.
It makes sense, but it doesn't fit in with the character at all.
Well, I don't know the character very well, but I know who she is.
it kind of comes out of left field, and it's like, all right. So we try to explain it for aerodynamics or using her body to disarm enemies, but she's a fucking Superman clone. Why does she need to disarm enemies when she can just punch them literally into the sun?
It would also remove some aerodynamics because it would trap wind inside.
Also, she's a fucking Superman clone. She could be literally a flying brick and still get there in perfect time.
Yeah, this is the truth.
Ah.
Uh-oh, is she gonna give you coffee?
Yup.
Oh,
she made
God.
coffee and there's no escaping.
Oh God.
I actually
It's
think this is the same coffee as last time.
Yeah, it looks like it. Coffee, yogurt, and seaweed boiled in soy. I mean, it can't be much worse than real coffee.
You say that as I'm drinking pure black coffee right here.
Yeah, you like coffee. I don't.
Yeah.
I think coffee tastes like, I don't know, ash mixed with water.
And on that note, goodbye, everybody.
Yep. Peace.